The 1 year MBA program at IIM Calcutta is the MBAEX program. And currently, the round 2 applications for the program are in process. So, this is a walkthrough of the MBAEX application form for the round 2. Let's see what all things are required for you to add over here. So, the step 1 of the application form is adding your personal information. So, you need to add information about your name, date of birth, your city, state, and then add the relevant documents as well. Then you need to add in the second part of this page itself, add the contact information. So the step 1. The step 2 for this process requires you to add your preferences for the interview location. So you can choose from an online interview, or the locations are Bangalore, Mumbai, Kolkata, or New Delhi. In terms of your accommodation preference, you can also add that over here. Apart from this, you need to add information about how do you plan to pay for the course. So are you looking at your own funds or banks or any other sources? If you're a reapplicant, do check it over here. Add the year of your reapplication, when did you apply previously, and the file number. In case you've forgotten the file number, you can get this information from the admissions team by writing to them. The next step of the application form is adding your GMAT score. The IIM Calcutta MBAEX application process does not accept the GRE score, and the GMAT score must be the test that you have taken within the last 36 months. Although the GMAT scores are valid for 5 years, the ones which will be relevant over here will be the test scores that you have taken in the last 36 months. The online GMAT test scores are not acceptable. The online GMAT test scores for this application process for the IIM Calcutta MBAEX application are acceptable only if you have written this online test prior to 30th June 2022. So for the GMAT score, you need to write whether it is online or offline. So let's say if you had written the GMAT online, then the test score must be a test score that is prior to 30th of June 2022. Otherwise, the only test score which is acceptable is the offline test. So write your GMAT ID, the test date, verbal score, the percentile, and again similarly for the quantitative score, add the percentile as well. AWA and IR are not mandatory to be added over here, and the overall score. Apart from that, you need to upload the score sheet that you have. The step 4 of this application process, it requires you to add the academic qualifications. So you need to add your highest qualification first. So let's say you have completed your bachelor's and post that you also have your master's. Then start with the information of your master's and then go to the bachelor's. So you need to scan the self-attested copies of your original transcript for all of these examinations and add them over here. Add the institution name along with the complete address, the degree or the exam that you have passed from, and 2 dates, the percentage or CGPA. If there is a rank or division, add that, and upload the transcript files as well. At the academic level, whether you are a graduate in a commerce, arts, or which stream you have graduated from. So you have options of adding arts, commerce, engineering, science, or others. So if it is others, then you will also have to specify which other stream. The next section of this application form for the MBAEX 2024 requires you to add the work experience. So in terms of work experience, please first add the complete work experience that you have up till 31st of March 2024. Out of that, whatever is the managerial work experience that you have completed, that also needs to be added. Both of these need to be in months. So whatever completed months of aggregate work experience, these need to come over here. In case you have international work experience, you can also add that in this section for international work experience, again in months. See that the work experience is substantial enough, and then you have the supporting documents for that as well. Only then you can add it in this section. You can add your current job description. So what is the nature of your work responsibilities, and in terms of your previous job descriptions, you can add this information in the second box below the current job description. So the word limit for this is 500 words. In the step 6, you are required to add the career summary. What does career summary require? First of all, you need to add about the organization that you have worked with. Start with the current job first, go chronologically backwards over here. So add your organization, the industry that you have worked for, the complete address and the contact numbers, the website for the company that you're working for, the start date and the end date for this particular engagement, and the last designation that you have worked at in this particular company. Again, then talk about the role in the mentioned organization. What has been your role in the organization? You can add that over and above the previous section that was there. Add the functional area of your work, and last drawn annual salary in rupees. So this is the information that goes in this section. Along with that, you need to also add the supporting document, which will be a single PDF, which will have all the documents that you need to upload along with the work experience. You have worked in more than one company. You can just keep on selecting the add more option at the end of the form. So I've just try to add up to 9 work experiences. So the add more button over here, it will allow you to add more work experiences. So you can just keep on, adding the organization, the industry, the website, the address, as well as your role in the organization. So all of this information comes over here. What do you do if you are self-employed or if you're an entrepreneur? So in case you're an entrepreneur, you will not probably have the salary slips. So you can add your 3 years IT returns, and you should also add the registration details of the company that you have incorporated or that you're working for. The last part of this section is the calculated work experience. So whatever work experience you are adding in the section above, which this will get added over there, automatically calculated. And so there's nothing that you need to do over here. It is a system generated field. So more than half of the application form is complete. Now we come to the activities and interests. This is the step 7 of the IIM Calcutta MBAEX form. Over here, you can add any activities or interests that you have pursued. These can be anything from sports, your hobbies, any extracurricular activities, or any volunteering activities that you have been a part of. If you have received an award, or if you have been a general secretary, or if you've had a position of responsibility, you can add that information over here as well. This is a very important section of this application, which is the statement of purpose. So you can write in 500 words about why you want to take up this course. So towards the end of the application, if you feel there is some particular information that was very important in your profile that has been left out, you can use this optional step. This gives you around 300 words to talk about anything else in support of your application. So there's anything that you need to explain or anything that you need to highlight which has not been covered in other sections previously, you can add that information in this particular part of the application. This out anything that you need to explain, let's say a low GMAT score or low grades, all of that information can be accommodated over here. This brings us to the end of this application form. 2 recommenders. So you need to add the name, address, organization, relationship with you that the recommender has, his email address and mobile number. So once you have given the recommender information, you will not be allowed to change it. So please have a word with your recommender, check out with them about their availability. Fill them in that you will be requiring their support for filling up this application. Only then you add this information over here. So it is always good to check back with your recommenders that they have received the recommendation form from the school. It will come in an email, because in case they have not received that, you will probably need to check back with the school in terms of a workaround for that, or let's say if it is in the spam folder. And finally, you don't need to run around at the last moment on the deadline. Check is good to do this ahead of time and keep ample time when you fill up the form. Don't keep it for the last date. There's a lot of information that the school requires from you, and they have given you a lot of options to talk about your work and your achievements. So make sure that you're using up all of this space very judiciously, and all the best for your application. Put in your questions in the comments. We'll be happy to address them.